Welcome back to Keith's FIFA 18 Story. My name is Ricky, and today is Lincoln City's first game in League One. We are playing Shrewsbury Town. Here's the starting lineup. We got Morgan, obviously. Also, Thomas is playing in the second position. Bernstein, the new one of the new midfielders, is out on the wing there. Yeah, so let's get started. So, before we get into anything else today, I want to mention very briefly that the man of the match for the last game that we played, which is, of course, the last game, when you saw was the last game I played because the next game was this game. It was the League Cup, our first League Cup match. And Vickers, our keeper, was man of the match. And Briggs was actually tied for man of the match. You know, he had the same player rating, but it went to the keeper. And to be fair, I think that's, you know, our keeper worked his butt off, saving all those shots. Well, the defense really saved us there. I mean, yeah, you know, we did win. But oh my goodness. Okay, so there haven't been any new signings since the last game. I just forgot to tell you about a new signing in the last game. Melavilio, who is from Argentina. So I'm hoping that he knows Juan Martín Del Potro, because Juan Martín is one of my favorite tennis players. He's also Argentinian. I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, he was here in the previous game. I don't actually know if he played. I don't remember because I have a very bad memory for people who aren't Keith on this pitch. But yeah, he's a new midfielder as well. Really tried to shore up the midfield this season, which is probably for the best, because I think that's really what you should always try to shore up. I mean, unless your goal differential was like, I don't know, minus 50 or something because you kept giving up goals, then you might want to shore up your defense. But, you know, a good midfield will keep your defense better too because they can help keep possession. Also, I'm not good at playing midfield, so I'm really glad Keith is a striker because, you know, they haven't really I've totally lost my train of thought. Something about strikers. There's less competition. I think that's what I was trying to say. There's less competition for striking, especially now that Green's gone, because he was Keith's only real competition. But I mean, it wasn't a competition. Well, it was almost It was almost on the rebound there. So, yeah, I mean, you know, training's good. The new coaches are good. And I talked about that last time, but now that we're actually in League One, it feels very, very different. He's already talking about the new manager is already talking about promotion already. We haven't even started. This is the first game, and he's already like, "All right, guys, next season, championship, and the season after that is the Premier League. That's our goals." Like he's already set that as a goal. Not don't get relegated, which is a lot of teams when they first move up to a new division, is their goal is to not get relegated. His is to place in the top 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know. I think there's I think 3 teams go up. So place in the top 2 for automatic promotion, and then or the playoffs. I think his goal is to win though. I think his goal is to win the league. Not don't get relegated. Now, the board, their goal is probably just don't get relegated. Now, Keith should have really had that. Just going to say that. Keith really should have had that. Also, this is where the player ratings actually start to matter. You know? So Keith really needs a decent player rating. But again, the manager. Hey, look, I completed a pass in professional skill level. And it wasn't a really short one. So the manager gave a really inspiring speech during halftime and basically said, look, guys, you're League 2 champions, but now you're in League 1. 0-0 draws are okay. They're okay. Draws are okay. But if we want to make it to the championship, if we want to be the fastest rising team in league history, in the football league, in the professional era, the professional levels of football league at least, then we can't lose. So let's do this. We need to tell the world, or the league rather, I guess, that Lincoln City are here and they're gonna dominate and they're gonna win. And so we gotta put balls in the back of the back of the net. Oh, well, it was on target. That's good. Or at least it looked like it was on target. But it was also right at the keeper. I mean, I was hoping that putting it in between a couple players would throw the keeper off, because it happens in real life. So I thought maybe it might happen in the video game. Not so much. Of course, they play on much higher skill level. Real world skill levels, a much higher skill level. So everyone's better. Although I guess I'm on professional skill level, and maybe real world skill level is actually equivalent to professional skill level. I don't know. So, yeah. The only other thing that I probably should have mentioned sooner is that Keith's moved. He was living in an apartment in Lincoln. But after, not being transferred and basically saying, I'm here full time now, he decided to go ahead and buy himself a little house. So he has a nice little house. No, it's not a big house. It's probably maybe only twice as big as his apartment was, which was already quite small for a 2-bedroom apartment, at least in his mind. But the house is also pretty small too, because Keith comes from Texas, where houses are not small. It was also much more expensive than he really wanted to pay, but he makes a good salary here in Lincoln. I mean, there are probably teams who he could make better salaries for, but this has become his home when, he's not he's not in the States, when he's not in Texas. Hey! It seems unlikely that guy would dispossess Keith. I think the game just glitched out there for a second. I think that's what happened. It certainly wasn't that Keith got dispossessed on purpose. It had to have been the game, right? Like, obviously it was the game. So, but yeah, so he's no longer living with Briggs. Briggs, he was okay with it. The lease was up on their on the apartment anyway. So Briggs downsized. That's what I was looking for. He downsized to a 1-bedroom apartment. Of course, he's not 100% certain he's gonna be here for too much longer. He's still transfer listed. Briggs is. I'm not saying that he wants to leave at this point, but he definitely. Come on, guys, we got to get a goal. I just saw several Premier League goals scored this past weekend in the last 90 minute, in the 90th minute. So come on. Oh, right, and they can't score that 90th minute goal. That's right. Ah, well, there it is. First game in the League One is a draw. That's okay. Draws are, you know what? As long as we're not losing, I think we're okay. So 5.9 player rating is not where Keith should be starting his League One campaign. If he wants to be the best striker in League One, he's going to have to step up. And by he, I mean me. But on the plus side, you know what? He completed all of his passes. He had 2 shots on target. The only thing that would have been better is if those shots that were on target had actually gone into the back of the net. But other than that, you know, what else could you have asked for? This has been Keith's FIFA 18 story. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more FIFA 18.